Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Today, I kind of look a little grimy. Why? Well, because it's time for the Orange Crush to get an oil change. So, got my oil, got the filter, pop the hood. She'll need a bath too, but that's for another day. Pop the hood up. Take off the oil cap. 520. Check the dipstick. Ooh, she was low on oil. Good thing I'm doing this now. When you take your oil cap off, I like to set it right here, right where this striker would go, because if you forget to put that cap back on, you close the hood, it's not going to close. The cap will stop it. Two things. One, you may not break it. Two, you might break it. If you break it, well, at least you just go down to your car parts store and you just tell them you need an oil cap, you replace the oil cap. Not that much money, pretty easy. If you don't do that, say you set your oil cap over here or something, right? Or you set it here or here, whatever. You close that hood, you drive off, and oil spraying all up inside here, and it's spraying all over the place. You're losing all the oil, really bad for your engine, and it leaves a huge, horrible mess. So you always want to make sure that that you put your cap back on. Straightening. Here's the oil filter right here. Let's see if I can get that off with my hands first. There we go. Now, the oil filter is the messy part. As you start loosening it off, it'll start draining out the sides, gets everywhere. Alright guys, so I got the oil drained, I took the old filter off, I put the other plug back in, I tightened it up. I will double check it before I let the car down. One thing you want to do is, yeah, you want to have a clean surface when you put the filter back on, but at the same time, you want to take some of that old oil and just rub it around the ring of the new filter. Get it sealed on now. Let's rivet it like that. Right, so this seal right here, you want to take a little bit of the old oil and just rub around it. Dab like that. A little bit more. Because you will be tightening it up. You want a little bit of lubrication as you're tightening it up. As you can see, the oil is just kind of sitting there, dripping a little bit now. You just take a rag. Give that a nice little wipe. Then put the oil filter on. Make sure you don't cross thread it. Give a few spins. Now as it gets hand tight like that, just as it gets nice and snug, you want to give it about quarter to half a turn. You don't want to put it on too tight, and that's good. Like tighten it up a little bit more, but like it's good. I don't have to. And that's all you want. You don't want it on there too hard, because you'll actually break the seal or the gasket. Okay, so now I'm just going to double check that I tighten this. Right. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's nice and tight. Okay guys, so something you always want to check for when you're doing when you take the filter off is this ring. Let's see if I flip that over. This gasket ring right here, this old ring, you want to make sure that it comes off, right, of your old one. You don't want to put the new oil filter on with that old gasket still. Sometimes they stick up on onto the motor, and if you put the new one on there, you double gasket and it doesn't create a seal, and you'll get a leak that way as well. So you always want to make sure that seal comes off the old one. Alright guys, so I just want to let you know that it's a good idea sometimes when you get your car up in the air, if you're going to do an oil change on it, if you got it up on the jacks at the front, always make sure you put the chucks under the back tires. You don't want it rolling down on you. Make sure you use jack stands. I couldn't find my other one, so I used a cinder block. I made sure it was secure, not going to go anywhere. So it worked for the time being, but ideally you want jack stands. Make sure they're rated for the weight that you're putting them on as well. There's a lot of incidents where accidents happen at home and stuff, and we just don't need a car falling on you to be another one. But one thing I want to say is it's a good idea when you have the car up in the air. Just a quick check you can do. If you take your tire, put your hands on each side of the tire, and just give it a little wiggle back and forth. Should be nice and tight. I don't feel any play in that at all. Also, up and down, you shouldn't feel any play either, which I don't feel any play. So that means my suspension and everything, my wheel bearings and that, they're all tight. It's just a quick little check you can do. If you do notice that there's a little wiggle in it or whatever, if you're mechanically inclined and you can figure it out, that's great. But I would recommend just take it to your local mechanic, local dealership, whatever, and have them check the front end for you. And it's always a good idea to do that. But it's a quick little check you can do yourself, just to see, you know, if anything's starting to go on it or whatever. Usually you can tell by noise, like a clunk or a wobble or something first, but that's always a good indication, just to grab that tire and give it a quick check. Alright guys, so I got my filter. I'm gonna get my oil out. There we go, nice clean oil. Alright, so one thing I want to mention is always make sure that you use the recommended oil. So on my cap it says right there SAE 5 weight 20, okay, 5W20. So I made sure I got 5W20. I like to use full synthetic in this one. I don't know, it's just my preference, but yeah. And then you could always find out how much oil your vehicle takes just by simply going on to Google and typing in your motor size and make and model, motor size, and you'll always get fine answers on there. So it's pretty simple for that. My car, it says 5 liters, so I put 5 liters in. I'll run it, check the level again, and then top it up if I need to. So right now I'm going to climb in the car and I'm going to start it up. No, I'm not, because I don't have the keys. So we got to run in. I had it all planned out in my head and it worked perfect. But no, I'm gonna run into the house, grab my keys, go back out, start the car up, let it run, let the oil pressure build up. Oh, cooking ribs right now, they smell really good. Miranda's been wanting ribs for about the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 nights now, and the first day we just didn't thaw them out in time. Yesterday I forgot to throw them in the oven on time. So today I finally made sure I got the ribs. Okay, so push the clutch in, fire her up. The oil pressure, I don't have an oil pressure gauge. I'll let it run for a little bit, just a few seconds, let everything cycle through. And that's it. And we'll come back out and we'll check the oil level. Perfect. Right to the top. Alright, so she's good. Just take one quick look underneath. No leaks to be seen, so we're good. Let's close the hood up. We're good to go. The final thing we have to do is dispose of the oil, right? What do you do with it? What I do is I put it back in the old container, and then I just take it to my local shop, and I just ask them to dispose it. Sometimes they'll just get rid of it for you. They have no problem. They'll just put it into their thing, and it gets taken and recycled. Everything else, I have heard that you can take it to like Canadian Tire and just drop it off there. I haven't done that, but I have heard that you can do that. But you want to make sure you just don't dump it down the drain, or you don't dump it in a garden or anything. It's bad for the environment, and we don't want that. We want to keep our planet healthy and safe for future generations. So with that, guys, please dispose of your oil properly. Same with the filter too. Don't just throw it in the trash. Take it to the same place you take your oil to. They'll take them both. And if anything, they may charge you a little tiny fee, but all in all, really, I think I paid maybe, I don't know, 25-30 bucks for my own oil change, and it took me less than 10 minutes to do. And so it's a lot cheaper. So if you got to pay a buck or two or however much it is just to dispose of your other stuff, it's worth saving our planet, I think. So there you have it, guys. How to do an oil change in about 10-15 minutes. And you do it pretty cheap too. So with that being said, I gotta go pick up my kids. So and then home for some ribs. Okay guys, so sorry it wasn't a very long video today. I just wanted to get something out there, something quick. I just had to do the oil change, and I thought, why not try and make a little video on that. Right now I'm heading to work. It's such a gorgeous day. I can't believe this great weather that we're having. It's great to see people out again. Everybody's happy. I think it was plus 12 today, which is fantastic. Like, the next couple of days supposed to rain, so everybody's just out getting this little sunshine while they can. You know, Ontario weather, especially southwestern Ontario weather, it's one day cold, next day warm, hot, raining, snowing. You never know what you're gonna get with this weather, so you know, it makes it interesting, keeps it a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, I just want to thank you for following along, liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing to my channel. We really do appreciate it. You guys are great. Have a great day.